Forgot I had the microphone over there. Greetings! How you doing? Merry Christmas! Or am I supposed to say Happy Holidays, right? I'm make any difference either way. A lot of people are struggling this Christmas. An enormous amount of you wanted me to actually talk about the new technological discovery. I don't know what its life is before it actually burns itself out, since it's generating absolutely incredible temperatures and pressures on the new energy device. Its output versus its input and its lasers that it's used, but it's a point source technology device. I wanted to talk about a few different things and then focus in on that. So if you could just give me a second to actually get to that. I will mention a few prior videos I've made over many years, and all the videos where I tell you something is going to happen is years before it actually does happen. And I'd like to point out a few of these videos. If you think I'm trying to crow, I hope you don't think that. I'm sure some people will. However, I was 100% accurate on the predictions that I made on these devices. I also specifically told you in video over many years that it would turn out that super high energy light constructive interference would manifest matter. You can look that up. That was a discovery made slightly more than a year ago, but I made that prediction years and years ago. I told you that high energy light they would make the discovery that this would produce matter. I knew absolutely and undeniably, and of course I made a recent discovery with a formula that I posted about a month ago about this, my discovery. So I feel so blessed. It will never make me any money or anything. But this is what happens when you have millions of dollars and endless amounts of time and individuals to create technologies, as opposed to a person that can see what's coming and yet doesn't. Am I making excuses? Maybe I am. But anyway, that discovery was made. I'm proud of the fact that I told people that that would happen. Super high energy light would produce or manifest matter. And it certainly has. That you could look that up on any Google or Bing search. I also, too, have done an enormous amount of experimentation, however not recently, with bismuth. It is the universe's most diamagnetic element. Bismuth is depleted neptunium, just as lead is depleted uranium. Diamagnetic meaning hates magnetic field. Anything that is the maximum diamagnetic means it has supra dielectric properties. I told everybody in video years before it was discovered, and I'll give you a quote here, and it was discovered, a few different compounds of bismuth that would have super dielectric properties, and they found basically magical properties of several different bismuth compounds. Here's a direct quote. Promising materials could lead, these bismuth compounds lead to a faster, cheaper computer memory. Researchers confirm that bismuth ferrite compound which responds to both magnetic and electrical fields in special waves, can be used to efficiently store information. Another one is silver iodide bismuth phthalates. It's a complex molecular chain fundamentally dictated by bismuth itself, since it is the universe's most diamagnetic element. I told everybody this. It shows promise for magneto-optical electronic and optoelectronic and other applications within the family of materials. Silver bismuth iodine AgBIL4 is a prominent model compound with miraculous properties. So I made that prediction. That prediction turned out to come perfectly true, and I'm getting to this field energy source that everybody keeps wanting me to talk about. I made many videos over the years too talking about explosion tech versus implosion tech. What is explosion tech? Well, every rocket ever launched is explosion tech, is basically controlled explosion. Internal combustion chamber, that's explosion tech. Dynamite, internal combustion. Nuclear, all of these things are explosion tech. I mean, if an advanced alien race landed on Earth, they would know how stupid human beings are, but the fact that 99.9% of the technology that's used by us is explosion technology. It's Like they're generating power from hydroelectric and nuclear reactors and coal-burning power plants. There's explosion technology. They just know how primitive we are because we're reliant upon explosion tech versus field tech, or specifically implosion tech. Field tech is implosion tech. Really, that's a distinction without a difference. I made a prediction in video years before it was discovered. The photograph was posted. I told everybody that a black hole would look exactly like a ferrocell, a supercell, the supercell image. And lo and behold, the image came out, and you could see the ring. But when they actually did the high-resolution image combining many different exposures, you could see that it was constructive and destructive interference. It looked exactly like a supercell. I told you what black hole, it's supermass, no magnitude. It's where dielectricity has overthrown magnetism's ability to keep it within the visible universe. So that prediction of mine, which I made years before that image was ever discovered or posted, turned out to be 100% correct. I have the videos to prove that from years before this was ever discovered, along with the bismuth compounds. And I recently, about less than a month ago, posted the formula for fundamental matter, or hydrogen, as a capacitance limit of EMR, or light. That's P, where F equals C cubed. I posted that formula in the PDF for download. So getting on to the technology, and I'm going to give a brief description of it. I made several videos over the many years telling everybody that over and over again, since I've got countless thousands of videos on magnetism and field theory, I told everybody that every major thing that humanity uses and cherishes that has basically revolutionized our technology are point source field technology. People think, well, laser is light amplification with stimulating emission and radiation, and it's coherent radiation. Well, attributionally, that's a correct statement, but that's not what defines a laser. A laser is point source energy technology. A laser is a point source energy source. Magnetism is what defines a magnet is not quantitative, rather qualitative. Well, what is the qualitative nature of a magnet, since it is identical before it becomes a magnet and is not a magnet, rather like a ferrite lump or a neodymium iron boron lump, a ceramic? Both are ceramics, by the way. What defines it? It's like now it's not a magnet, and all of a sudden its quality has changed, but not its quantity. And I've made many countless videos on this. There's a point source object. It is point source field incommensurability. So in many countless ways, a laser, by the way, is no different than a light magnet, if you will. They're both point source technologies. Everything that we use every day is lasers or byproduct of laser. Writing, read-write technology, LED lasers. Just so much people have no ideas relying upon lasers is absolutely not even funny. Far more so, magnets, both for read-write data of binary, read-write heads, solid-state drives, so much technology. And all of these have one thing in common. No one's ever made a video on this, but I've made many, and these are point source technologies. I told you everything in the future would be not explosion technology, which is what we use now, internal gas combustion engine, nuclear reactors, coal-fired power plants. Every rocket ever launched is explosion tech. It's basically just a controlled explosion. When any satellite launched into space is explosion tech. So here's the device. And in simple, it is exactly what I've been saying for years. I said all future amazing technology that will change the Earth forever and ever will be point source field technology. I've got the videos to prove it over the years. They're out there. I've made more than one. So this experiment points 192 lasers at a container holding a small little pellet of fuel the size of a peppercorn, specifically made up of deuterium and tritium. Of course, these are both hydrogen isotopes. They're pointed at one thing. We're talking about point source energy technology. We have constructive interference from exactly 192 lasers. Whether this burns itself out immediately or not, and it proves to be viable or not, we don't know, but it does have far greater output than it has input. I'll get to that here immediately. So these lasers generate 2.5 megajoules of energy within the container that hit the fuel pellet, size of a peppercorn, basically about the size of a BB, a little smaller than a BB actually, and ignite the reaction, briefly heating it to over 3 million degrees Celsius, creating the conditions of that which we find in any star, and generating 3.15 megajoules of energy. So this point source energy technology would probably burn itself out. I don't know how stable it is or for how long, but it's been proven that it is an over-unity device. 2.05 megajoules input, 3.15 megajoules output. Now that is significant. This device is not that complicated. I've looked at this, but fundamentally it's exactly what I've told everybody for years and years and years. I told people specifically in video, and if you think I'm tooting my horn over this, maybe I am about that much, but I'm really not. I'm actually pointing out the fact that this bald, fat, tattooed guy here that literally wrote the book on field theory, specifically magnetism, actually does know quite a lot. I am a sharp thinker, believe it or not. I told you it would be point source field technology. I told everybody that specifically. So I've been right about high energy light producing matter. That has been confirmed. I've been right, proven on point source field technology. I've been exactly correct in talking about explosion tech versus implosion tech. I told you exactly what a black hole would look like when it was photographed. And it was. It was like, oh, this is exactly like the ferrocell. And about a few months after the black hole image came out, high resolution of the same black hole at the center of our galaxy came out. Oh my God, it really is exactly like a ferrocell. Exact same constructive and destructive interference lines. Because I actually do know what a black hole is. There's a reason why all these academicians keep fighting over the math of a black hole. They have no idea what a black hole is. They don't understand what the conjugate field geometry of the universe is. They don't. I do. I absolutely do. I've been telling you that for years now. I'm 100% accurate about that. Whether you agree with me or not, like me or not, I don't care, but I am 100% right about that. So I was right about that, what a black hole would look like. And of course, I'm very proud of my formula for showing what the formula for fundamental matter construction is the capacitance limit for EMR. In other words, many multiplicatives above that of gamma radiation, we have something stable. And this would be a spherical frequency phenomena, but its frequency would not be linearly or spatially repeating. It would be self-contained. In other words, the frequency is so high, it would actually have a spherical frequency, which is technically not actually frequency. Same way scalar waves don't have a wave component. It's completely stupid to say scalar waves. It's like saying dry water to say scalar waves. Scalar don't have a wave component. They're measured in volts per second, not in frequency or wavelength, because there is no frequency or wavelength. They're rarefactions and compressions of dielectric energy perturbation of the energy matrix that we call the ether. We call it inertia. We call it zero-point energy. I don't really care. The folks of quantum call it quantum foam. There's no such thing as quantum, by the way. That's a misnomer. There's nothing in nature we can point to and call quantum. So this is the great technology that everybody's talking about that has specifically proven, undeniable, repeatable provability that it has over unity. 3.1 megajoules out, 2.0 megajoules in. But this is exactly what I told you. It's point source energy technology. It's the same thing that defines a magnet, same thing that defines a laser. These are field tech. They're not explosion tech. All of humanity has been working off of explosion tech, and still does. Internal combustion engine, coal-fired power plants, nuclear water heaters, which is basically what a nuclear reactor is. All they do is heat up water, create steam, drive a turbine. All of this is explosion tech. Every rocket ever launched, everything, all this stuff is explosion tech. Yeah. No. I'm glad I was so right on so many things, but I'm more proud of the fact that I was right that these are incredibly important things for the future. Supercomputers, I told people, would be based upon a bismuth compound. I said that years before it was discovered. It was discovered. Point source energy technology, proven 100% right. Proven 100% right about explosion tech versus implosion tech. 100% right about what black hole would look like when we finally saw a picture of it. 100% right about that. And also, too, that ultra-high energy light must necessitatively generate matter. But well before my formula, I've been saying that for years. That was discovered just a hair over a year ago, but I've been making videos on that for years and years and years, of which many of you can confirm that. It's like, I remember that video you made several years ago. You're right. So, hats off to me, cheers to me for my 100% accurate predictions of the important tech of the future. I was right. All the naysayers said I was wrong. Well, turns out I was right. If you think I'm crowing in this video, I am about that much, but the point is I am on the right track. And I am very proud to have been proven right. It won't make me a dime. It won't make me a dime unless somebody donates me like $1, which I might get a $1 donation. It won't make me $1, but it is definite affirmation of the accuracy that I've had on field theory. I was saying this stuff nobody else was, and I was 100% right. Kudos to me. The fat tattooed monkey in this video actually does know a few things, believe it or not. You know, if it was some fat, bald, tattooed guy, yeah, he's just, oh, this guy's an expert on field theory. Oh, yeah, right. You know, if I was any other regular person, I wouldn't believe it either. But I've been proven right, and I'm so proud of the field. I hope this technology, this point source technology using 192 lasers and a target, a central target of tritium and deuterium, a little pill to get things rolling. A little pill, but it's a little pellet. Basically like a number 7 shot, the size of a peppercorn. So it'd be the size of a number 7 shot of birdshot. Something like that being hit with 192 lasers. That's point source technology. Constructive interference from 192 lasers, that is point source field technology. Undeniably so. 100% undeniable. Thank you so much for watching. If you ever want to contact me on a donation, it's in the link below. Have a lovely holiday. Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, Happy Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever it is you celebrate. Thank you. Right once again.